Всем привет! Меня зовут Исаченко Юлия, и вы смотрите курс по чтению от The School. Congratulations! We've finished learning the Russian alphabet, and now we have 2 lectures to discuss some features of pronunciation and reading that will help you not only to read as a native speaker, but and to recognize the speech of native speakers, because of course we talk sometimes not just like it's written in the book. So it's important to know how the letters change themselves within a word in different position and in different contexts. So let's start. And I want to show you the first concept. It's called reduction. Reduction is a natural change of a sound, of a vowel or a consonant, when in fast speech we decide to change it a little just to make it easier to pronounce. That's why, for example, we don't read just like the way it's written, a letter by letter. But naturally, historically, we change these letters. It exists almost in all the languages. In Russian, it exists the way that I'm gonna explain you today. So today we will look at reduction of vowels. So the rule is very easy. Let's look. We have a word voda. Voda. If I read it just the way it's written here, I would say it like this. Voda. But in very fast speech, it's difficult to change position of your mouth this way. Voda. That's why in fast speech we say voda, 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 voda. And this way, O starts to sound like A, or voda, 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 voda. This is called reduction, and this is the process that happens there. So when we have a word, and in this word we have O, which is not under the stress, like letter O here, we can change it to A. I prefer to think about this like this. So imagine the word voda. Letter A is under the stress, so it's under the spotlight. Everybody looks at it, and we cannot change it anyhow because everybody looks at it. But letter O is not under the spotlight, and it's like in the shadow, so nobody sees it, and we can change it a little to make our life easier. So we say voda instead of voda. I want to mention that saying voda is not a mistake at all. I'm here just talking about tendencies of pronunciation. So when you hear a native speaker or me as your teacher pronouncing this word as voda, you don't have a question like, why do you pronounce A? It's O there. Yes, I know, and it's spelled with O. When I write, I will write letter O. But in the fast speech, it's easier for me to say voda, and it's what I remember from just my language experience. So let's practice together. Вода. Город. Пока. Хорошо. Let's look at the last word. We have letter O under the stress, so we cannot change it. It's just letter O, like it's written. But these two O's, they are in the shadow, so we can change them. And we pronounce хорошо. 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 Right? And we have this couple, O-A, and we have the second couple, E-I. So to pronounce letter E, it's too difficult for Russian native speakers. That's why we pronounce I, I, I. For example, we don't say super, we say super, 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 super. See? Let's practice. We don't say metro, we say metro, metro, metro. So when you hear this word, I would say that it's more letter E than Y. And as a native speaker or as a person who knows the Russian language, I know that yes, it's written Y, but we pronounce E. Important to know, you can pronounce it like metro, not a mistake at all. Just usually people say E instead of Y. Of course, when it's not under the stress. Let's go to the next word. We have the word telephone, and the stress is here. Telephone. We cannot change O because it's in the spotlight, but we have two letters Y, and we can change it to E because it's easier to pronounce letter E. And we say telephone, telephone, telephone. See? Let's look at the last point here. We also have a couple ya, e. For example, it's difficult to pronounce the word язык. That's why we say язык, язык, язык. It's an additional couple that you can learn, but it's pretty rare. So usually my students don't learn it as a rule or as just a couple that you need to learn. But when you just meet this word or this situation when ya becomes e, usually you will notice that yeah, it's pronounced more like e and it's easier to pronounce e. For example, what are we studying right now? Русский язык, язык, русский язык. And this is the thing that is called reduction of vowels. You can Google it, but I recommend you to complete the exercises that you will find below. Please look at the difference between these letters and practice pronunciation. I recommend you to practice the way this word is written. This way you will remember spelling and how to write this word, and try to imitate my pronunciation to understand how native speakers say this. And if you have any questions, please remember that we have a group chat, and there you can find answers for all the questions. I'll be there to help you. So, увидимся. Пока-пока.